Some science is done in a laboratory under the most carefully controlled conditions. Then there is the kind of science that occurs in the wild, where conditions are far less predictable. Here, discoveries depend on noticing the often subtle changes that occur and being able to understand their significance. As a child growing up in London, Jane Goodall loved animals. She had a toy chimpanzee and dreamed of one day traveling to Africa to live with animals. At the age of 23, she did travel to Kenya and was soon hired by the famed paleontologist Louis Leakey. Working with him at his renowned site at Olduvai Gorge, Goodall was awestruck at holding bones of creatures that had walked the earth millions of years before. Still, she longed to work with living animals. In 1960, Louis Leakey was looking to undertake a study of chimpanzees on the shore of Lake Tanganyika, and wanting to hire someone with little formal training in primatology, chose Goodall. The work at Gombe National Park was not easy. It took months to even get close enough to the animals to observe them. Once the chimps became accustomed to her, however, Goodall's patience paid off. In her first year in Gombe, she made 2 discoveries that forever changed how we view chimps and would eventually change the way we view ourselves. She was the first to record chimpanzees eating meat. Until then, they had been thought of as herbivores. Then an even more radical discovery. She was the first to document non-humans using tools. A male chimp she named David Greybeard had actually taken a brush stem and shaped it in order to fish for food at a termite mound.
And the reason this was so exciting and was the breakthrough observation was that at that time we thought that humans were the only creatures to use and make tools. We were known as man the tool maker.
And there were many remarkable discoveries about primate behavior to follow. In 1964, Goodall observed chimps deliberately planning. One chimp had actually kidnapped a baby chimp to get the rest of the group to follow him. In 1970, she observed chimps spontaneously dancing at the sight of a waterfall. Goodall believes that this expression of awe resembles an emotion similar to that displayed by humans.
Little Fifi, who was about 1 year old when I began in 1960, I look in her eyes and I know I'm looking in the eyes of a living, feeling, thinking personality.
While some predicted the Gombe study would last only a few months, it has become the longest field study to date of animal species in their natural surroundings. Inspired by her work with these fascinating creatures, in 1977, she founded the Jane Goodall Institute to increase primate habitat conservation, expand research, and promote the well-being of chimpanzees and other primates. Above all, Goodall's research shows that science can mean more than the testing of a hypothesis. Through her development of a rigorous protocol of patient observation and documentation, her discoveries and conclusions about primates have forever changed the way we view not only chimpanzees, but humans as well. The 2003 Benjamin Franklin Medal in Life Science is awarded to Jane Goodall for her pioneering studies with chimpanzees and her tireless work on behalf of habitat conservation.